You guys, let me tell you about my neighbor Kyle, who I cannot stand. He is a white man who has knocked up his wife 3 times, even though he claims that the rent is too high when he had 2 kids and he couldn't afford it, and he tried to negotiate the rent to go down to stay the same, and obviously they said no because they don't give a fuck, right? But then he goes and knocks up his wife for a 3rd time. Sir, stop fucking your wife. You can't afford it, right? So this man has been grilling and barbecuing since the day that I moved in. We moved in around the same exact time. He moved in like a few days before I did, I think, or a few days after. Anyways, this man, I just heard supporting Trump. Why would you say that? That's crazy. All right. Okay, anyway. So maybe Kyle's a Trump supporter, because let me tell you this, even though his wife is Hispanic, so he's a colonizer. And let me tell you how he has been barbecuing and grilling since the day we moved in. It's 4 years. Remember, we've been here for 4 years, okay? And so Ryan, you guys know Ryan, who I used to hang out with all the time, he was friends with Kyle. And so I had met Kyle through Ryan, and Kyle is a little diva princess, because Kyle, when I first moved in, came up to my door and knocked and said, hey, your bedroom is right above mine and your fans are loud and they bounce on the floor and my kids can't sleep. So can you like put something underneath your fan so that it doesn't like rattle on the floor? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sure. So I went ahead and put some towels under my fans, which I currently still have because they are loud. Like I've taken them out and they do rattle on the floor. And I'm like, you know what? It's nice and quiet with the towels, so I'll go ahead and leave them there. So, I'm a nice little neighbor. Okay. So then I say, well, Kyle, later on when I see him another time, I say, hey, Kyle, we were talking about how he said he's trying to get the rent to stay the same. They said no, because they don't give a fuck, right? And it's just because it's legal that the cap is 10% to raise the rent 10% doesn't mean it's ethical, right? So, but they don't care. Anyway, so then I was like, well, Kyle, listen, you barbecue a lot. And the smoke is so much, it's always going into our apartment because we live right above him. Do you think that you could maybe not barbecue so much? And he's like, no, I still do that. I'm going to still barbecue. Oh, okay. So I could be accommodating, and I could be, oh yeah, sure, let me go ahead and so that your stupid babies can sleep. But you are blowing smoke into our apartment daily, because this motherfucker, he doesn't know how to use a stove. He doesn't know how to use an oven. He doesn't know how to use an air fryer. He only knows how to grill. That's all this motherfucker knows how to do. Like, learn another skill, Kyle. So it's been 4 years of my sister and I. Kyle's barbecuing again. Gotta close the doors. Gotta turn the AC on. Gotta close the doors. Gotta turn the AC on. Gotta close the doors. Gotta turn the AC on, because it smells like a fucking barbecue pit in our house, because it would be like smoke up into our apartment, right? Okay. So this is years of this. And I'm thinking, well, I guess if Kyle can have all this smoke blowing into my apartment, then I guess smoking a joint ain't that big of a deal, right? I've heard of other people smoking on their porch and whatever, so it's fine. Guess what? You already know, right? So I started smoking on my patio, and somebody, and I'm going to say, Kyle, downstairs, complained. So guess what? I got in trouble. The property manager was like, hey, it's against the lease. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought it was okay, because it seems like nobody follows the rules around here, right? Not even management follows the codes, right? And they just violate them. So I thought, me smoking a joint can't be that big of a deal. Yeah. Turns out I was wrong. She goes, yeah, it's just like, I'm just trying to keep everybody happy, and there's just people that have kids. Kyle, right? There's people that have kids and they can smell the smoke. And so just, go downstairs, go somewhere else. So, okay. No worries. Right on that. Because if not, she was going to serve me like a 3-day eviction notice. Like I would have to evacuate in 3 days because of my little joint. But Kyle, with his barbecue and his fucking smoke going all up in my apartment, that was okay, right? So I said, well, why can Kyle barbecue? And she was like, oh, no, that's electric. Electric's allowed. I just, okay. Just kind of brushed it off. And she must know that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just lost my mind. Man, I'm delusional over here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, sure. No, I said, wait a minute. Because electric isn't going to produce that much smoke that it's going to bother us so much. And I'm not lying when I say that this motherfucker barbecues 4 to 5 times a week. That's my sister. All right. 4 to 5 times a week. This man don't know how to use anything else. He hasn't learned another skill. Okay. So I don't think this is right. This cannot be right. Right. So then I start, okay, let me make sure. Okay, so it does seem like it's not electric. It does seem like it's actually a grill, barbecue, whatever, that needs propane or gas. Okay. So then I look at the lease. Yeah, not allowed. Not allowed. Okay. So what do? I had already emailed the management. I said, listen, I already discussed this with the property manager. She was under the impression that it was an electric grill. It is, in fact, not an electric grill. It does, in fact, use propane or gas, and that he literally lives under us. He could burn us alive, and it's against the lease. Okay. So, okay. I didn't hear back, but he stopped grilling for a minute. Okay. So he stopped grilling, and I was like, yes, finally, after 4 years. Finally, Kyle is done grilling because it's against the lease and he has to stop, right? So he stopped for a little bit and then he's like, it starts again. But this time he's keeping the flames low, you know, he's doing very low temp so that the smoke isn't like bursting into our apartment. I mean, he would burn shit, like the whole fucking apartments would be like having smoke everywhere because of this motherfucker burning shit on the grill. So now he's kept it at a low temperature, very, very low. And then I'm sure he's going, opening and closing, thinking that I don't have a nose and that I don't live right above you. I can smell when this neighbor cooks with onions and garlic. And you think I'm not going to be able to smell when you're grilling downstairs. Okay, so Kyle, I guess, maybe didn't get the memo. Now, I did see the property manager and she had said, hey, you emailed me about the barbecue thing, right? And I said, yeah. She said, oh, let me email you back. Never emailed me back, but said he had stopped. I said, okay, great. He stopped, you know. He didn't stop. He just thought he got smarter, but he's not. So what did I do? I'm sick of it. So literally not even a week ago on Sunday, he's barbecuing again. Yeah. And he's been barbecuing all the time, but I would not be home and I wouldn't catch it. But this time I was home. So what I did, I went across the street and I caught him in the act, video recorded him, opening up the grill, flipping something over, closing it back up. So what did I do? I sent it straight to the property manager. Hey, so I know you never wrote me back, but I figured you had handled it because he stopped for a little bit, but he's back at it. He's just not doing it as intent, but it still goes against the lease. Here's the proof. You know, I had sent the lease part too, and I sent the video. Here you go. And she goes, I know exactly who that is. I will be addressing this with him. Yeah, I know you know who it is because I know who it is, and I told you who it was. I literally told you last time. Kyle at this unit number. I know who it is, and so do you. So she's like, I will address this right away. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Guess what? Motherfucker's barbecuing again. I don't give a fuck that it's 4th of July. I don't give a fuck. I can't light one up on my patio because I could get evicted in 3 days. But you... Okay, so what did I do? I took video again and sent it to the property manager. We'll see what she says this time. I said... You know what? I'm just going to show you guys the screenshot of what I said because I'm sick and tired of white men thinking rules don't apply to them. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I'm a white man. So like, what do you mean I have to follow rules? Yeah, I'm a white man. I don't care. I cannot stand this man. Fuck you, Kyle. Stop knocking your wife up. Go live somewhere else. Go get a house so you can barbecue every fucking day. Literally lay on the fucking barbecue grill because that's what you deserve at this point. You're so fucking... The song that's playing in the background is This Time Baby I'll Be Bulletproof. I texted my friends today to let them know I was probably going to leave San Diego. Because fuck everybody here. Oh, you're going to be sad about it now? Oh, wow, y'all fucking suck. Hey.
What's up?
You know I live upstairs.
Yes, I do.
Do you know that it's against the lease to have the grill on the patio?
I've already talked to the manager. It's not.
But it's in our lease.
No, it's not. It's a charcoal barbecue. It's in our lease.
It says propane or anything like it. I can show it to you.
That's fine. If you have a problem, call,
But I do have a problem because I asked you about it, like, right when we moved in.
Look.
Why are you being so difficult? Because when you come to me about the fans, when they were waking up your kids, I did not complain. I did whatever I could.
I don't know what you want me to do. What do you want to do? I'm not going to stop grilling. I've been grilling.
Exactly. That's the point, that it's in the lease.
It's not in the lease. If it was in the lease, they would have told me I couldn't do it.
But it is in the lease.
I would have never moved in. You need to talk to Paris.
I already did talk to Paris.
And Paris talked to me, and everything got squared away. And
so you've looked over your lease. So if
it doesn't matter.
It does matter because I literally have a screenshot.
Talk to Paris.
Dude, you're a dick. You're a fucking dick. Good luck to your kids and your wife. Fuck you, Kyle, dude. Fuck you. And one more thing. Yeah, everybody who's smoking weed in here, keep smoking. Because fuck Kyle and his fucking kids and wife. Okay, so this was my last resort, was going directly to Kyle about the damn barbecue. Okay? As you can see right here, it is on the lease, number 16. Residents shall not keep or store any combustible items such as gasoline, propane, which is what he has, or similar on premises, not limited to rental unit, balconies, patios, garage, parking area. This is what my lease says. This is what my neighbor's lease says. This is what all our lease says because we live in one building. Kyle, you're lying. Nowhere does it say charcoal, okay? Here's my neighbor. Yeah, mine says the same thing. We're not allowed to have it. I know we all have the same lease. They're lying. You know why? Because, not only is Kyle lying, the whole fucking company, Atlas Management from San Diego, is lying, okay? This is Lizette Martinez, who works above my property manager, Paris, at Atlas Management. She said that after speaking to her supervisor, after I've complained for 2 months about this because it's in our lease, the supervisor, who I'm guessing is Andrew Matzis, per the last emails that I read to you guys, he confirmed that they can have gas grills, even though it's in our lease. I said, okay, so we're violating the lease because number 16 says no gas. And then she says, my apologies, he has propane, which I responded, yes, that's also listed there. So after Lizette goes to her boss, which again, I'm guessing is Andrew Matzis, the Nepo baby, this is what he says. He says that Kyle apparently has a separate lease. Why? Because he's a white man? Why does Kyle have a different lease than I do? And then my neighbors do. Atlas Management. And apparently he can have it even though our leases don't. That if I don't like that I can move. That's what Andrew Matzis, Atlas Management, Lizette Martinez, and Paris at Atlas Management all are telling me to do, to move, because I am trying to hold somebody accountable. And it's even a San Diego fire code violation. I called the fire department too, but they said that there's really nothing they can do about it until he sets us on fire. Really tell who the entitled people are in my comments, because obviously everybody's like, oh my god, like on my side about this whole situation, but then there's the stupidos, the dum-dums that are like, well, you should move if you don't like it. Okay, so I'm following the rules. He's breaking them. But I should move. I should move because I don't like that he's breaking the rules and they are not being enforced. Shut the fuck up. And this person's like, oh my god, well, you don't have kids. And thank the fucking Lord. So because I don't have kids, I should move because he has kids. I don't give a fuck that this man can come inside this bitch. I don't give a fuck that this man, even though he can't afford it, because when he had the 2 kids, he told me he couldn't afford when the rent was going up after the first year. Now we've been in here 4 years total, and he's having another baby. The bitch can't afford it. Why are you barbecuing? You can't afford to get kicked out. And that's why they're not kicking him out. Oh, we feel bad. He was able to jerk off inside his wife, and then they created babies, and the economy. That's what this person said, which I took screenshots, but for some reason the comment about you want this man to move out in this economy, this man should follow the fucking rules in this economy if he doesn't want to be homeless with a pregnant wife and 2 kids. I don't give a fuck. Kick him out to the fucking street. This is an entitled, privileged white man. And then people on TikTok are, why you gotta bring race and color into it? Well, because he is a white man and I am a Puerto Rican woman. It's giving discrimination. Right? So if the management company is going to tell me that a white man who lives directly underneath me has a different lease than I do, that's giving discrimination. Why do I, a Puerto Rican woman with no kids and single, have a separate lease? I don't have a separate lease. They're lying because they're retaliating against me because I said that because I told him that I was going to expose him because they don't follow the rules. They don't follow the laws. But by the way, that's literally everybody in San Diego. Like every property manager, every landlord is a slumlord here. I don't want to say everybody because my last one wasn't a slumlord, but the property management sucked. But she owned the place and she's cool. She follows me on here. So, hey girl. Anyway, but everybody that I talk to is like, hates their fucking property management here because they're very protected in the state of California, landlords, and they don't follow the rules. And then the problem is that nobody enforces the rules in California. This is why people who are from San Diego, or maybe even all of California, I don't know, but at least San Diego, have to stay in San Diego, who are born and raised in San Diego, because they cannot leave their matrix. They glitch out. They're like, wait, what are seasons? Wait, what are rules? Wait, what's accountability? Wait, what are emotions? Everybody here is hypnotized. I don't know if it's the weather I don't know what the fuck it is, but the only people who really stay in San Diego are people who were born and raised in San Diego. They cannot leave their matrix. They glitch out. If they have to go and live in the real world, they don't know how to survive because they are entitled here. Everybody has an entitled attitude. Everyone thinks they can do whatever the fuck they want. And you know why? Because they can. Because nobody holds anybody accountable. I have gone to the police station to report an old manager of mine who asked the line cooks for a gun and a fake passport, who was doing drugs in the restaurant. And I'm like, who is he gonna kill? So me and another server went and reported it to the police because he also allegedly did something to the server. She passed out drunk, something went down. So we went to go report it, and they said, I don't know, maybe you should just like file a restraining order or something. And I said, oh, actually, speaking of, his 2 ex-wives and kids have restraining orders on him, so you guys should like look into it. They're like, I mean nobody does anything about anything here. So when I called the fire department, I first called 911. I said, this is a non-emergency. I need the non-emergency number. They gave me the number. I called like 5 different people, was on hold. Finally talked to this amazing little angel named Carissa at the fire department. She explained to me that there's really nobody to hold these people accountable because the property management is supposed to hold the tenants accountable. So they don't have anybody to hold the property managers and the landlords accountable unless you sue. That's the only option, to sue. Have all documentation and sue. And then most people won't sue. And so, but you should sue your fucking landlord. Like, I want to figure out, I feel like we should have a civil lawsuit. The people of San Diego, the tenants versus the landlords, because everyone I talk to has issues with the landlords and the property manager breaking the laws here. And the problem is that nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. The fire department said, unless the building is on fire, we can't actually go and do anything about it. So it's just like when women get abused, it's not until they kill them that then maybe the guy will be charged. So Kyle admitted, I've been barbecuing this whole time. Yeah, bitch, that's the fucking point. The point is you've been barbecuing this whole fucking time. And it's not only against the lease. Sure, let's say it's not in the lease. Let's say it's not in your white man lease. But it is a San Diego fire code. And guess what? I texted my property manager. The bitch ignored me. Can you believe that the other day she tried to say hi to me? Bitch, let me catch you in the fucking streets. Don't fucking look my way, you fucking coward little piece of shit. I am super cool with everybody. I will be accommodating. I will be friendly. I was literally working with the property manager constantly telling her, hey, just so you know, this door is broken. We need to do this. Hey, just so you know, this happened. Hey, just so you know, I was like reporting everything because I work from home. I'm always here. I always know what's going on. So I would tell her, hey, just so you know, we're having issues with this part of the building, something, whatever. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everything was like fine, right? And then the bitch had the fucking balls, the fucking cojones to get a little fucking attitude with me when people complained about me smoking on the patio. She said, I'm gonna have to serve you a 3-day. I said, what does that mean? She said that you would have to evict the property in 3 days. I am like, this is the first time she has come to me about me smoking on the patio, and she had the fucking balls to threaten me with a 3-day. Where's that audacity now, Paris? Where's the balls now? Porque ahora está bien, calladita. Pero yo no, fíjate. Because I was cool with you. But you're a little fucking piece of shit coward. Why? Because he jerked off inside his wife, and he's got kids, and he's a white man, and the economy, and I don't know what to do. Let me suck my thumb and talk to I don't know what to do. She literally told me when I caught her, before, this is like been going on for months, okay? When I caught her in the garage, I said, I texted you. Because she ignores my text now. She didn't used to when I was cool with her, but now that I'm not cool with her, she ignores my text. I texted you. Oh yeah. I said, did you address this with Kyle? She said, well, I don't know what to do. I've never had this happen before. I need to talk to my boss, Lizette. Okay, talk to her. I said, I'm sitting here harassing you and you haven't done shit about it. Talk to her ASAP. And inform me. Thank you. She didn't. So guess what? The next time we barbecued, I went above his head. That's when I emailed Lizette. That's when all that came back from Andrew saying that apparently he has a separate lease. So discrimination. What's going on here? This guy's a fucking moron. Most of these landlords just inherit. He's a Nepo baby. They just inherit the property and they don't know the laws. And even if they do, they just expect people to be quiet and that nobody's going to do anything about it and that people will just move out. but they got the wrong one because I got the time. I got the time and I got the energy. I would love to do a documentary, what it's really like to live in San Diego. De-glamorize, de-romanticize San Diego, okay? Because these people are on crack cocaine, and the people who stay here are only the locals, okay? Now, people will tell you, oh, I moved here 12 years ago, I moved here 10 years ago, and I haven't left. It doesn't mean they're going to stay here forever, and there may be some who do stay here forever because they really fall in love with it and they, drink the Kool-Aid. But most of the people who come here see that it's Scam Diego. They look around, they go, wow, this place is a scam. Scam Diego, gotta go. And they leave. So a lot of the locals will tell you, yes, people are entitled here. You cannot, this is a great place to do a lot of activities and make not a single connection, not a genuine, real, raw connection. Everybody has Peter Pan syndrome. If you want to be here and you just want to fuck around, party, drink, enjoy the beaches, go on hikes, meet people and never probably talk to them again, and just have people come and go, this is the place for you. There is no real connection here. Nobody falls in love here, okay? People fall in lust, people have situationships, people fuck, people get drunk, people get high, people party. This is a party town, okay? If you're not in the party scene and you don't want to be around a bunch of fucking people, this is not the place for you. It is overcrowded, and it continues to be overcrowded because now they went from wanting to build, at least in the area I live in, 5,000 homes a year to 11,000 homes. So now they've doubled it, and they are continuing to build ADUs. They are continuing to build apartment buildings with no parking, not providing parking. And on top of that, they're charging for parking everywhere you go. As you guys know, Balboa Park is now charging parking everywhere you go. I go to the doctor, I gotta pay parking, okay? I go to get my blood work done, I gotta pay parking. It's a scam. It is Scam Diego. And the only people who defend it are the locals who have never fucking left and experienced anything else in their life because they're delusionals. They're delulus. And I know for a fact that Kyle knows Ryan. Ryan, born and raised here, a delulu, okay? Who thinks this is the best place ever. Kyle clearly is another entitled white delulu man who thinks that he can do whatever he wants because that's how San Diego is. There is no accountability. There is no sense of urgency. There is no hospitality. You know what I told the bartender last night, Liv, at Gossip? I said, thank you. You are the only nice person I have met in San Diego. Honestly, truly. I said, you are, as far as hospitality goes, I was in hospitality for 17 years. You're amazing. She's always in a good mood. She's always friendly. She always goes above and beyond. She always remembers people's names. She's always trying to come up with ideas for gossip. She is a great bartender. And I can't say she's a great bartender because I've never tried her actual cocktails. And, she can get busy and, maybe not as fast because she's doing a million things. But I can tell you, when it comes to hospitality and customer service, she is great. She is great at customer service. And I said, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I don't know what I would do. And she's not even a friend of mine. She's just she's kind of we're friends now, friendly, but we don't hang out or anything. But she is literally just the bartender at Gossip. That's how sad it is in San Diego. That the nicest person I've met is the bartender at Gossip. And I said, are you from here? She said, no, I'm from Vermont. There you go. There you have it, folks. Everybody wants to say the West Coast is the best coast. Sorry to tell you, the East Coast is the best coast, okay? People in the East Coast know how to hustle, know how to grind, okay? Because guess what? In the East Coast, when you work in the hospitality industry, you're working for $2 an hour, baby. You're not working for the $15 like Californians are. So the Californians don't give a fuck because even though if they really look at their paycheck, their hourly goes straight to taxes. So they are still working off tips. But in their head, they're thinking, well, I'm still making 15, 17, whatever the fucking minimum wage. Whatever the minimum wage is here, they make that. Which I think now it's at $16. So they're probably making $16 an hour plus tips. Okay? But again, remember, California takes half of your paycheck for taxes. So it's a scam. Scam, 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 California, scam, Diego. So people who I have met who have grit, who are raw, who are real, who are kind, who are genuine, are never from here. The people who are from here, who I have met, fucking suck, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. And it's everybody that I meet when I go to these events is always a new person. They just moved here recently. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, I moved here. San Diego's so great. I'm like, yeah, the high will wear off, babe. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. I'm over here popping everybody's bubble. I'm like, it's a very fun place to do a lot of activities and make no real friends and no connection. So if you're just here to bop around and just like do a bunch of activities, this is the place for you. Or unless you're a drinker or a partier. But because I'm not a drinker or a partier, you know, like I was going out to gossip all last year. That was fun. But eventually it gets old. You're like, all right, I'm tired of like going out every night. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what else is there? But you can go to these activities and you won't make like real connections. And that falls on both parties. I know that also falls on me because like I could also be extending more, like reaching out more, but I don't want to because I'm exhausted. I've been here for 5 years and it is so fucking exhausting to keep a friend around here because everybody, it's like nobody wants accountability. And so when you tell them how you really feel about things, they're like, well, that's just the way it is. And I'm like, and thank you for proving why you all suck. Because I just want you like brush it off. Just like forget about it. Just like let it go. You know, everybody here lives in Delulu land. And it's like, it's great except for when you can see through the bullshit. It drives you insane. It literally drives you insane having to deal with, they're like NPCs, like that ChatGPT thing that I posted, like the Oprah GIF. Thank you. Like I've been saying, thank you. I know we are the original AIs. Okay. Some of us have souls. Some of us are awake. Some of us can see through the bullshit. Most of California are NPCs just walking around. Okay. It's crazy. I just saw my old landlord the other day. I went over to her house, my old place, which was so freaking crazy because it's like, what a time warp. Like, what a throwback. Like, I really quantum jumped. I really jumped into a parallel reality because I stepped into that. She's living now at where I used to live because she owns the property. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I like all the memories started flooding back of like I started my journey here. I started doing mushies here. I went through so many changes in this place, and to now step back into my old life without having to go back to Florida is so freaking wild. Like, I recommend portal jumping, quantum jumping, shifting realities, timeline jumping, and then visiting your old stomping grounds and then being like, wow, the changes that I have made. Now, this is just in the last 5 years. I didn't go back to Florida. I went just to the first place that I lived, like, which was the place before this. And it was like, it reminded me how far I've come. It reminded me all the things I've been through. It reminded me the journey that I've been through, which is why I'm making this school. My school is Alex Surf School, which abbreviates to ASS. And yeah, I'm an ass. I'm an asshole, right? Because I have boundaries, because I speak up, because I call things out. So if you do my school, people will probably call you an ass. Okay, and good, because you don't want to be a fucking a carpet people walk all over. You don't want people walking all over you. Yeah, I'll be an ass. Okay. And I don't want to change the name of it. I like that it abbreviates to ass because that's what you're going to be when you do my school and set boundaries and tell people to go fuck themselves and you start calling them out. You're going to step into your higher self. You're going to step into a new version of you. You're going to quantum jump. You're going to step into a parallel reality and people are going to say, you're being an ass because you're not letting me use you anymore. You're being an ass because you're holding me accountable. You're being an ass because you're standing up for yourself. You're being an ass because you're not letting me drain your energy because I'm an energy vampire. You're being an ass. Good. Be an ass. Good. That's what they deserve because these people just be walking around thinking that they can do whatever the fuck they want and that nobody is going to hold them accountable or say anything. Oh, Gavin Newsom. Oh, cool. I can do that too. That's what the Twitter just came out. The tweet. Gavin Newsom. He is the mayor here. He sucks. Yeah, oh, cool. I can do that too. You can be an ass. Yeah, we know, bitch. We know you already are. You're fucking ruining California. Jesus Christ. Now, that has nothing to do with politics as far as, like, I don't even know if he's Republican or Democrat. I actually don't give a fuck. The point is, the man loves to overcharge for everything, okay? And Spencer Pratt right now is going at it with him because, why? Because all of the proceeds from the Palisades, when the fires went down, none of the victims whose houses burned down are getting that money from the Palisades fires. So Spencer Pratt is calling him out. Spencer Pratt and Gavin Newsom are going at it right now. You guys know who Spencer Pratt is, Heidi's husband from The Hills and everything. He's very into spirituality and crystals and all this shit. So, like, it makes sense that he would be going, he's a Leo, so he's a fire sign. So it would make sense that he would be going after this and calling it out because he lost his home. And now, remember, all the world is a stage. This could be planned. This could be part of the gimmick. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that those fires happened on purpose, and there's proof of that. People are posting proof of how this was planned, just like Hawaii and everything. And then they collect this money, and nobody who lost their home in the fire are getting that money. And what do they want to do? They want to use that land to build low-income housing, except for the fact that nothing's actually low-income housing here. They just label it low-income housing so that they can get tax breaks, because if they label things as low-income housing, then they get tax breaks. Low-income housing is still over $2,000 here. You're not really going to find things that are actually low income. So they're all full of shit. Money is a foreign concept here. It's like they just price things like whatever money just, boom, whatever number just pops into their head, and then they think you're a brokey because you don't want to pay that insane amount for the shit scam that they're giving you. And you're the problem. You're the problem for being like, hey, so this is actually a scam. Oh, well, if you're poor, just say that. Just fucking get out of here, you fucking low-life piece of shit. And that's how San Diegans act. And then you're the problem for being like, hey, so everybody sucks here. They're like, yeah, good, leave. We don't want you here. And I'm like, okay, so thank you for proving my point. Yeah. You see how delusional and crazy Californians are when they're like, California's the best, California for life, California, California, California. And then when you're like, hey, so actually it's like not that great, they're like, then leave. Yeah, thank you, like for proving me right. Like, you guys don't do anything to help the situation. You guys don't want to be better people. You guys want to be selfish, entitled little pieces of shit. And it's like, people have dreams of coming out here. You don't own this land. You're a settler. You're a colonizer. Everybody in San Diego who's like born and raised here, for the most part, is white. Of course, there's a few Mexicans because we're right next to TJ. We're right next to Mexico. So there are Mexicans who are born and raised in San Diego. That's fine. I ain't got a problem with them. I ain't got a problem with them. You know why? Because we're essentially in Mexico. Look around. We're in Mexico. We just have this fucking little fake border telling us that we're in San Diego. And because we have this little border, then they charge everything 500 times what Mexico does. But people who have been to Mexico and come here, they go, we're in Mexico. This is literally Mexico. This is Mexico. It's Mexico. So I don't have a problem with the Mexicans who are here. So fuck ICE, because what the fuck are you doing? This is their land. We fucking stole this. California used to be an island, okay? California used to be an island. Why do you think so much shit happens in California? Some earthquakes and all this shit, because this land, just like all the other land, is stolen. Is stolen, okay? And it's insane to me, the locals who walk around, I'm a local San Diegan, and they're white. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, white. You're a colonizer. You stole this land from the Mexicans. You stole this land. This actually was ran by a black woman, Khalif, I think was her name, Queen Khalif. It was like Wakanda up in this bitch. And they fucking cleared it all out. They made it into a state they somehow put it together because it used to be an island. Like, look into the history of California. This is why California is a stage. This is why they do so much experimentation here. And this is a Navy base. There's a lot of experimentation that goes on here. We also have Coronado Island. Coronado Island, also a military base. The Coronado Del, the hotel, that's where they filmed Some Like It Hot with Marilyn Monroe. If you go in there and you look at the history of it, you will see that they used to have the military guys and they would have their girlfriends come. And it was like an experiment that they were doing, having the girls come and stay at the Coronado Del with the men. It's very strange. All of the experimentation that has gone on Coronado Island, which we have a bridge that leads to that, which, by the way, so many people have died off that Coronado Bridge. When I went to Coronado Island and I was sitting meditating in front of the beach, I saw so many dead bodies in that water. That water is full of ghosts. That water is full of dead bodies that probably have to do with the military experimentation and all the ghosts haunting this place. So it's like California is haunted hardcore. And that's why this place is so crazy. It's crazy. It's like a ghost town. But I don't mean it in the way that it's like empty, like when I went to Palm Springs and I was like, damn, there's a ghost town, ain't nobody here. No, I mean it's a ghost town because it's walking around with a bunch of NPCs and ghosts. People who think you're the crazy one for using your brain, people who think you're the crazy one for speaking up, people who think you're the crazy one for like seeing through the bullshit. Okay, then leave if you don't like it. More for us. You're trash. You're literally trash. Sorry to say it. And then they just want you to ignore the problems. They want you to be delusional. They want you to just, and it's like in a perfect world, right? So I'm supposed to just come to California and just forget all of the other shit. And I want to say all the other shit happening around the United States or in the world. I understand we can't control that, but fine. Let me focus on what's going on in California. Oh, I point that out. That's a problem too. Let me point out what's going on right in my own home. Oh, that's a problem too. That's a problem too. It's like, I understand that this situation is like energy vampire situation. Kyle is an energy vampire. Fuck you, bitch. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna stand up for myself, and I'm not gonna speak out. People would like me to let it go, but I'm gonna keep finding ways to make his life hell. I'll keep posting videos. I'll keep calling him out. I don't give a fuck, because if this entitled man says I don't care, and he's told it to me more than once, I will not stop barbecuing, then I will not shut up. Okay, two can play that game. People, oh, let it go, Alex. What a waste of time. You got better things to do. Do I? Because this company has wronged a lot of people. Look up Atlas Management San Diego. They have a 1-star rating. They have wronged a lot of people. They have had lawsuits against them. So I'm not wasting my time, because I'm speaking up for everybody that this company has wronged. And I will continue to public shame them. If no one can do anything about it, the fire department can't find them. They told me to put a police report. Like I said, the police don't give a fuck here either, because they just like to, probably traffic people. I don't know. So what am I going to do? What can I do? Well, public shaming it is. Public shaming it is. At this point, I should print out, hey, Kyle at Unit 204 is putting the whole building in danger. Here's the lease. Here's the fire code he's breaking, just so you are aware that your life's at risk every single day. And I should just put it on everybody's door. I should just put it on the bulletin downstairs. Oh, but then I'm the crazy one. But then I'm the problem, because I want people to know that their lives are in danger, because this white man downstairs apparently has a different lease than everybody else and can barbecue. I'm petty, bitch. My Twitter name used to be Petty LaBelle. I've gotten better. But don't fuck with the Taurus. Don't piss a Taurus off, because they collect evidence throughout the years. They collect and they keep it all. And when the time is right, we strike. And we don't give up. We don't stop. We just keep going. And everybody's like, oh my God, let it go. No, we'll do it till the day we die. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, don't piss a Taurus off. You're going to regret it. Because people mistake our kindness for weakness. We're so chill. We just want to be cool with everybody. But once you piss us off, we will let you know that we're pissed off. We're a bull. We're literally a bull. And you have the audacity to fuck with us. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. People always think that, like, nothing's really going to happen, and that they can do whatever they want, and that we're just going to be nice because we've been nice the whole time. Until they fuck us over, and then they see the real colors, and then they're like, oh my God, this person's crazy. Oh my God, this person's so annoying. Oh my God, this person won't get off my back. Oh my God. You did it to yourself, babe. You walked right into it because you were entitled, and you thought that, oh no, I'm just going to do whatever I want, and this person's just going to walk away because everybody else has walked away. Nobody else has held me accountable. Nobody else has ever said anything to me. So I'm just going to walk. I'm just going to keep running over people. I'm just going to be using people. I'm going to keep abusing people, because what's going on right now with this situation is clearly abuse. It's literally negligence, and it is gaslighting. And the fact that everybody wants me to drop it. Paris wants me to drop it because she ignores me. Lizette wants me to drop it because, well, she talked to Andrew, and Andrew, her boss, told her that I can just move out. So they all want me to just drop it. Even my sister's like, okay, I just don't want this to steal your peace. Everybody just wants me to shut up. No, fíjate que no me da la gana. Because it seems like nobody knows who the fuck I really am. Okay? It's been 4 years that I've kept my mouth shut. So I will not keep my mouth shut anymore. I'll just keep public shaming you. I have videos of him grilling. I'll post those. I'll post pictures of Andrew. I actually have a draft of Andrew and his wife. They're getting married January 3rd at the Ritz-Carlton in Chicago, probably with all the money that they're stealing from their tenants. So I have a video in my drafts about that. Haven't posted it? No, because I don't want to drag his fiance into it, because she probably, I don't know if she knows who he really is, but I should warn her. Eventually, I'll show it. Eventually, I mean, I'll cover her up, but eventually I want everybody to wish Andrew a happy wedding, a beautiful wedding at the Ritz-Carlton, January 3rd at the Greek Orthodox Temple. I know all the information. I also want to talk about how his dad was a chemistry professor, and the 1-star reviews that he got from his students. These people are slumlords. They are trash. They are literally trash, and they deserve public shaming. So if nobody wants to hold anybody accountable, I will public shame. I will embarrass you. I will call you out, because nobody seems to learn lessons unless they're embarrassed. Do you think that I want to be the one to have to embarrass you? No, then do things right and I won't have to, because then I'm the problem for for opening my mouth and embarrassing you. But really, you embarrassed yourself because you just thought that I was going to keep my mouth shut, and I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. Fíjate. Don't mess with a Puerto Rican woman scorned Taurus with a platform and an unblocked throat chakra. Actually, all my chakras are unblocked at this point. I give zero fucks. What are you gonna do? Oh, you're gonna kick me out? I'll squat, bitch. I'll fucking squat. I wish you would. I wish you would try to take me to court for speaking out, because I've got all the evidence. I know my rights, and they think that people won't know their rights. I know my rights. They can't do anything to me for calling them out and holding them accountable. They cannot send me a cease and desist because I have proof of everything. They would have to prove that I am lying, and I am not, because I have proof. Same thing happened with Chili's. Same thing happened with DoorDash. Same thing happened with everybody that I expose. I know my rights. I'm not a fucking idiot. I collect evidence. I will show it all. Take me to fucking court. Try to fuck with me, because I will win. I've already won 2 lawsuits, and I'll do it again. So that was my little rant for today. Remember, California ain't it all it cracked out to be, okay? You want to come out here to have a good time, come out here to have fun. Don't come out here to settle down and have an actual, life here, okay? Don't expect anybody to be held accountable. Don't expect the cops to do anything for you. They just collect the tax money. Expect to be overcrowded, overcongested, paying for everything out the ass, and be treated like shit mostly everywhere you go, unless you have, a kind server or bartender like Liv, who is not from California, who is from the East Coast, because only the East Coast people have that kind warmth in them, it seems like, or Southern hospitality, anyone from the South who knows how to, the other thing is, I think that because religion is not a big thing here, they just don't have that sense of be kind to thy neighbor, or treat others how you want to be treated. So they don't have religion here. They didn't really grow up on religion, so they're all just very selfish, entitled, self-centered people. And remember that you have rights, and remember that you have a voice, and remember that you have the tools and resources at your hands. You can speak up, you can speak out, you can hold people accountable. Do not be scared to stand up for yourself. I literally went to his door, and then I yelled it down the hallway: fuck Kyle, fuck his kids, and fuck his wife. Fuck all of them and everybody, because I know that 2 doors down from Kyle, they're smoking weed. Yeah, I said it in the window: keep smoking weed. Fuck these people. Speak up for yourself, because you have every right to. People will try to intimidate you. People will try to scare you. People will try to gaslight you. People will try to abuse you into being quiet. Absolutely not. Okay? This is a new dawn, a new day, a new dawn, a new horizon. The phoenix is risen. I am a witch, a woman in total control of herself. And none of these people know who they're fucking with and the magic that I conjure up in this apartment. So they can keep trying to fuck with me, but in the end, I always win. When have I not? When have I been wrong? I always win, because I don't do shit with ill intent. I just want everybody to do the right thing. I'm only following the rules that you implemented. The rules that you came after me for smoking a joint on my patio. And now the little baby is scared because I don't know what to do. I'm going to show you the text message that I sent to my property manager. I said, you applied for this job because you thought you were qualified. Do your fucking job properly, bitch. Obviously, we kept out the profanities, but I told her, you applied for this job, you got the job. You were deemed qualified, so do it properly. She ignored me. Nobody wants to be told that they don't know how to do their job right. Do I know how to do her job? Well, clearly I know how to do it better, because I know how to follow the fucking rules, But I didn't apply for the job. She applied for the job because she thought she was qualified. Nobody knows how to deal with customer service these days. Nobody knows how to be held accountable. Nobody knows, and the Gen Z stare, get fucked. You know what I'm saying? It's like millennials had to deal with so much shit and so much drama that we're so accommodating. We're so people pleasing. We're so yes, what can I do for you? Yes, overextend ourselves. And now that it's our turn to not really be in the workforce as how we used to be in the customer service, we get to go live our dreams, go do whatever, and then just go spend our money with customer service. And then we have to deal with Gen Z, with the fucking rude and entitlement. You guys are just the new boomers. And so it's just everywhere around here is full of people who just They're missing brain cells. They're all fucking missing brain cells. They just are hypnotized by the weather. And so they, the weather is so nice. And they just go out to the beach and they surf or they go drinking. And I mean, I met this girl who was dating this guy who was abusive. And she's drunk because, everybody's drunk here. So she's got a drink in her hand and she's talking to me, slurring her words. And she's telling me how I'm not trying to give her advice. I'm like, hey, so, why are you here? Like, we were at this person's house and I'm like, this guy is abusive. I wasn't friends with him. I was visiting somebody else who lived, the roommate. And I said, this person is abusive. You should not be with him. You guys have broken up a million times. Leave. You have other options. She had like an option to move to like Tennessee or something. You have other options. You should leave. I think that San Diego's not good for you. Like, you're clearly an alcoholic, And she starts crying to me, saying, you don't get it. My roots are here. You're a white bitch colonizer. My roots are here. Oh, what are you doing with your life? You're drinking it away and you're like a receptionist at some job. Like, no offense, but at this point you're you're in your 30s. It's not like you're in your early 20s, babe. You're not in your early 20s. Like, early 20s being a receptionist, partying, drinking. Okay, sure, rite of passage. But you're in your 30s, you're drunk every day, you work at some desk job, dead-end job, and you're dating this abusive guy. You have an option to leave. And I say, hey, you should go explore the world. You deserve better, you should be doing more. Then she gets mad at me for saying that. You don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all are fucking weird. Like, your life is miserable. You're crying. You're being abused. You're drinking every day. Clearly your life is telling you, hey, something's wrong. Red flag, red flag, red flag. And you're like, no, I will stay here and be a victim of my environment forever because my roots are here. Babe, you're white. Your roots aren't really here. Your colonizer ancestors, your roots are here. People are so fucking weird here, dude. So fucking weird. I cannot express it enough, okay? I meet a few good people here and there, but not really. To be quite honest with you, not really. Anyway, that's my rant for today. I love going on these rants and getting it off my chest because, like that video said, I'm more scared of me than I am of you. And that's very true. I'm more scared of my temper and I've had to work on it. I used to be a very angry person. I was crazy. I literally told you guys I keyed my ex's car 2 weeks after he got it. I keyed Dick into his door with my wine key. But then it worked in his favor because every time he get pulled over, the cops were like, ha, you got a crazy girl at home? And he'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, ha, and then they let him off free because cops are pigs, just like men who cheat and are narcissists. So yeah, I'm crazy with my temper. I was crazy with my temper. And so that's why I went through my healing process. This is why I do the rituals that I do now to stay calm. Me calling Kyle a dick was like me losing it after 4 years. And I had to walk away. I used to hit people. I used to get in fights. I was crazy. I mean, I grew up getting hit. So obviously someone does something to you, you hit them. That's what I learned. You do something wrong, you get hit. You do something wrong, I hit you. Okay? I used to hit my boyfriends and I had to learn to stop doing that. I used to hit my sister when I was little and I had to learn to stop doing that because I used to get hit. So I thought it was normal to hit people. And then my mom and my parents would be like, stop hitting people. And I'm like, but you guys hit me. So like, I didn't, parents are dumb sometimes. So I had to work through my shit. I had to reparent myself. I had to learn, hey, you can't be going around hitting people. You can't be going around fighting with everybody. You can't be doing this. So it's like, it's taken a lot to get here. And that's the shit that like my school is about, is how to manage your anger, how to approach things in a different angle, how to do things differently. And I'm not perfect, obviously, but I've gotten a lot better, and you guys have seen my progress in real time. You guys have watched me. If you've been here since 2020, you've watched me grow. You watched me expand. You watched me evolve. My school, my credentials are lived experiences. My credentials are that I put all of this stuff to the test and it works, because here I am 3 years later just doing my own thing, not having to worry about setting an alarm clock to get up at a certain time, not worrying about having to report to anyone, clocking in, having to do the grind. Like, I literally just do whatever I want. My school is proof that my shit and the shit that I did works, and it's all ancient knowledge. None of this shit is new age spirituality. This is ancient knowledge that is in your roots. Not like this white bitch who thinks her roots are in San Diego because the colonizers came and stole the land from the Mexicans. No, This is going to take you back to your roots. It's going to unblock your chakras. It's going to teach you how to shift your reality. It's going to teach you how to step into the higher version of you where you are so confident that nobody can fuck with you. They can try, and in the end, they will always lose. Everybody loses against me. Because, why? Because I'm a goddess. I am a queen, and I am not out here wishing harm on anyone, being a dick, trying to purposely hurt people and piss people off and break the rules. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here trying to live my life. And let me tell you something, this is all over California, because when I first got a job here, it was mayhem. The way that there's no sense of urgency and no accountability, there would be no managers around. It was just a free-for-all. Like, the servers just did whatever they want, and I'm like, where's the structure? Now, that sounds like a dream, right? It sounds like a dream. It's not a dream, because people don't know how to behave. People don't know how to, like, do the right thing. It's not inherently in them to do the right thing. Most people are going to do what's the right thing for them. Most people are going to be selfish. Most people are going to be self-centered. Most people are going to do what is self-serving to them. So you need rules. You need structure to keep those NPCs and the dum-dums in line. So it's really hard to, that's why I don't work here. I work for myself. I don't work here because I lose my shit with the lack of structure, the lack of accountability, the lack of, why do you have rules if nobody's gonna follow them? Like, yeah, rules were made to be broken, fine. But then you can't play favorites. You can't tell me that I can't smoke a joint on my patio, but Kyle can blow up the whole building when he has the grill literally right next to a piece of wood on our balcony that can blow up. It literally says no propane grills within 10 feet of a combustible site or whatever, which means wood. Wood is considered a combustible site. Our balcony has wood, and his grill is right next to it. He could blow us up at any moment. Just because he hasn't done it in the last 4 years doesn't mean that he can't. Doesn't mean that it can't happen. Hopefully he blows up after we move out. But you understand what I'm saying? It's insanity here, you guys. It is insanity. And I've given it 5 years. And you know, it's kind of like when you're in an abusive relationship with someone and you're like, it'll get better. It'll get better. Something will turn around. No, it'll get better. It'll get better. It'll get better. It'll get better. It never gets better. Sorry, I gotta tell you. It doesn't get better for the people who have a real heart, genuine heart, who are like here for real shit. It does not get better. If you're here for service level shit, this is the place to go. People who are empty in the head. Sorry to anybody who really loves San Diego, but like, unless you're born and raised here because your family's here and all that shit, that makes sense. But that's really what it is. This is a place to not follow by the rules, but like nobody will follow the rules, but you will be in trouble for not following the rules. Like, you will get ticketed, you will get fined, you will get in trouble, like, but the other people who are breaking the rules won't. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. Anyway, that's my rant. That's it. Thanks. This is how much the Matrix is matrixing. First of all, my door is closed. I left it open, which means my sister closed it, which means Kyle barbecued again. Fuck you, bitch. Hold on. Yeah. I like going to sleep right now. I'm like banging on the floor. Yeah, it's after 9. Fuck you. Anyway, that and I told you guys how everybody's drunk here. Yeah, tell me why. As I am coming up, I see the drunk lady. This lady goes to the same bar every single night after work. She is an NPC. She does the same job every single day. I think she works for like the postal service. She goes to the local bar. Then she comes home drunk every single night. This is a daily loop. So she goes into the garage to like go up the elevator. I thought way before me, but she was still there at the elevator when I got into the elevator. So she's like, hey, you want to ride? And I was like, oh, hey, I know this lady through Ryan, because you know Ryan's a local. So he knows everybody. So I know this lady through Ryan. And so then I also know that she's the lady that said that she smokes on her patio and that Paris didn't care. Yeah, I know. And Paris said, you can't be telling people that. That's what I heard. Okay, that's the tea. That's the story. So that's when I said, oh, okay, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I can smoke on the patio. No. Somebody had a complaint. Okay, fine. I haven't done it since just to make a point. So they got shit on me. But anyway, so this lady, I get into the elevator with her. She's like, what floor? I tell her. She's like, me too. She introduces herself to me. I said, I have met you. I have met this lady so many times. So many times. I have met this lady so many times, like in the last 4 years. She introduced herself to me. I go, hey, I know you through Ryan. She's like, oh yeah, I thought you looked familiar. I was like, did you just leave the bar? She's like, yeah. I said, how was it? She's like, it was great. It was fun. I said, like always, huh? She's like, yeah, it always is. And then we get off. And she's like, where are you at? And I was like telling her. She's like, I'm over here. She tells me hers. I was like, oh, is that the last one? She's like slurring her words. She's like, oh. I'm like, is that the last unit? She's like, oh no, there's 2 more after me. Okay, God bless. That's what she said to me. I said, same. NPC. We live in a matrix, bitch. We live in a matrix. So anyway, I'm pretty sure he barbecued, so I just stomped. And I'm gonna keeping stomping on his neck. I keep my foot on all their neck, bitches, and that's why they hate me, and I don't care. Oh, and the universe really said bet when I said, let me catch you outside, bitch. Because tell me why, when I was editing, I said, oh, I haven't dreamt about flying yet that I recall. Well, I did. Ever since I filmed that, I have dreamt about flying. So I was putting it in. Since filming this, I have dreamt about flying. Tell me why all of a sudden I felt an energy looking at me. I look up, boom, turned around. It was Paris. It was Paris! She was with her very tall, gay male friend, walked on a walk, and he's talking to her, and she's like, right, because she was like looking up at him, and I'm like, that's fucking Paris. I just snatched her fucking ponytail. She saw me. I didn't see her until she turned around, but I recognized her voice, and I saw her ponytail, and I saw her. I know it was her. She saw me, and she never came back around. But I'm like, you guys, we gotta keep that 3D Alex in the past, okay? We cannot bring her in here. But somebody said, and because I told close friends about this, somebody said, I bet you she's like scared now that you're like around every corner. And then she really did see me, because like I'm kind of hard to miss, and I'm like editing in my car. So she's like, oh, she's putting an expose together about me. Like, ding, 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 like detective, Inspector Gadget. That's like what I'm doing in the car. And she's like, on her walk, she's like, she's following me. She's part of the Matrix. I don't know how we both ended up at the same place, but she's lucky that I didn't see her and that I didn't go off on her. So, anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, bitches. But I wanted to tell you guys an update, because we live in a freaking Matrix, bro. We live in a freaking simulation. And that's why it's like, I like to scare these people, you know, because they think like everything's like really real. And I'm like, I control this bitch. I write the story. So it's fun having my platform and just being able to like tell everybody the truth. And then they're like, well, it's scary.